Here with 5 Paragraph Business Plan, and on this live edition of 5 Paragraph, I'm going to be chatting with you fine folks about HOCOA. Check out the descriptions right now, or the description notes. You'll see HOCOA is looking for self-motivated, highly disciplined individuals who would like to be their own boss, who would like to be their own unit owner in a given territory, and preferably adjacent to an already pre-existing territory so that you can work off one another. All right, the model works great, especially for veterans who are interested in getting into a business of their own, but would like to work with a support network that is greater than themselves. HOCOA's expansion is being ran on the 5 Paragraph Business Plan. We did a vision together overall on what that expansion would look like, and now we help each individual unit owner stand up those units. So if you're interested in being a HOCOA unit owner, as we're going through this talk, check out the description. You'll see hocoa.5paragraph.com. If you're interested on hearing from a HOCOA unit owner who is using 5Paragraph, check out hocoa.5paragraph.com/San Diego. And again, that's in the notes. If you're interested in getting the book, the 5 Paragraph Business Plan, and this is something that you carry with you, it's a workbook. In the back of it, you've got a blank template that you can use in order to fill out. We work with you, your organization, in order to operate on 5 Paragraph, so that way you're on the template, you're up, you're running, all of that other good stuff, and we are gone. We're not consultants, we are not coaches, we're advisors. We were advisors to the Afghan Uniform Police. I myself being an embedded advisor with a team of Marines and corpsmen working together alongside foreign nationals with the intention of helping them out and then getting the heck out of there. And that's exactly what we did, and we were very successful in that mission. In seeing and understanding how we were successful in that mission, we take that same assess, train, advise, and assist mission along with us out into this new workforce. Okay, so 5 Paragraph Business Plan is a military style. It's how we did business. It came out of I myself being invited into a number of different leadership talks, seminars, panels, all of these other different things, and they were asking me, how do you do business as a sergeant, as a patrol leader, all of these other different things. This is how. It's the 5 Paragraph operations order, and then what we did is plugged in the proper business terminology where it belongs inside of that structure. So instead of beans, bullets, bandages, bombs, all of that other good stuff, what we do is we put all of the proper business terminology in here. Okay, so go ahead, check it out. If you haven't already looked at the other videos that we've done, I've gone through the entire book with you folks. And in the tutorial episodes found on 5paragraph.com, you'll see exactly why. We do a deep dive in the tutorial episodes that go hand in hand with the book. Plug in your earbuds, do it on the train, do it over the weekend, do it while the kids are making a racket in the background. I have 4, so I know exactly what that's like. So plug in your earbuds, go through your 5 Paragraph, do it. Just do it. Honestly, it's one of those things to where you can tackle it in a weekend is the way that we put it. If you're already up and running, and you're already out there, you're one of our contractors, to get to my diagram, because I know you guys are checking out the visual aids, trying to figure out, what this is all about. So HOCOA.5paragraph.com, or hashtag HOCOA5P. If you're one of these folks, you're a contractor who's out, you're on the job, you're doing all of this other stuff, you're moving and shaking, and you're making money, filling out a 5 Paragraph business plan is going to be super easy for you. Yeah, I said easy. I say it that way because you already have actual tangible stuff that's sitting in front of you. You already have actual accounting items. You already have actual receipts. You've already failed a couple of times. So now writing a business plan is going to be that much easier. When you go to run multiple teams with multiple leaders, and I hope that you're hiring veterans. We did not make 5 Paragraph for veterans, but of course it is a really good fit, especially for Army and Marine Corps veterans. I would say some naval corpsmen, naval special operators, stuff like that, they might operate on the 5 Paragraph. Ask them during your training process. You've heard me share on another video that 5 Paragraph should be a part of your training process. If you become a HOCOA unit owner, it is part of your training process. That's why we say everyone in your entire team, in your whole organization, needs the 5-paragraph business plan. Super simple, right? It's part of the training process of onboarding, right? But if you're going to bring people into your organization, shouldn't everybody be operating on the same page? I learned the 5-paragraph operations order when I was an 18-year-old kid, fresh out of boot camp in the United States Marine Corps. And, we're grunts, right? Isn't everybody in the infantry just a stupid grunt? So we're bringing something out of a combat arms related field and bringing it out into a civilian workforce. And yes, it is in fact for civilians. If you have never served a day in uniform ever, 5-paragraph business plan will work great. We call them patriots. If you care about the U.S. military and how we do business, which, we've been known to win a lot, if you care about that and our overall community as an American community, then we would assume you would care about our military style methodology. A lot of you folks are trying to pull that methodology into your executive level, into your corporate level. Does it work there? Sure. What was it built for? Skilled labor, small businesses, situationally flexible. It gives you the tools so that in the field, when the situation changes, you can adapt and overcome. And that is why it's such a good fit for HOCOA. I'm going to draw your attention up here towards our diagram. Here is our homeowner, and here is our contractor. Please note that they are looking in opposite directions, essentially. All right, and why do I say this? Because our contractor doesn't necessarily know where each one of their next customers are going to be. Contractors are busy working and perfecting their craft, and it really is that. The more professional training, the better instruction and education you get as a contractor, the more effective you're going to be in the field. And what we've been taught as business owners is that needs to be diluted as far as information is concerned across enough spectrums to be dangerous or enough avenues to be dangerous. As a contractor, what you're looking to do is work. You want to spend more time out there actually working because let's be honest, when you're working, you're getting paid. And that's how it goes. Now, if you're a homeowner, the vast majority of homeowner jobs that you're looking to do, I myself being a homeowner, the vast majority of what you're doing is going to be elective. You don't necessarily need to take care of a leak, right? Well, a leak is an extreme. You should probably take care of a leak. But let's say, for instance, there's a hole in the wall somewhere. It's out of the way. You're not even thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. That could go weeks, months on end until you've accumulated a honey-do list. I know a lot of you got a honey-do list. I have a honey-do list. I definitely do. What I love about HOCOA is I can tackle the entire honey-do list. So let's say, for instance, you've let it go for a significant period of time. And so you have all of these tasks. If you're like me, you do check boxes. I'm a big checkbox fan. All right, so you've got a list of tasks. Each one of these calls for a different contractor. Let's say this one's going to be a plumber, this one's a landscaper, this one's a roofer. Each one of them are going to be entirely different overall. You've got some drywall work, and then we're going to call in a handyman, let's say, for instance. All of these are all covered under the HOCOA brand. All right, and I say it this way because if you're an owner-operator of HOCOA, and this is for anybody, if you're a homeowner, if you're a contractor, this is how HOCOA works. What they do is they receive a phone call from a homeowner. All right, so that phone call going inbound is a list of all of these tasks, potentially, hopefully, on a honey-do list, because HOCOA is going to help you knock all of those tasks out. Is it going to be one contractor? No. HOCOA has an entire list of contractors. They have plumbers and landscapers and roofers. And they have drywall and handyman and all of that other stuff. Each one of those contractors is all on the HOCOA, as I like to call it, the deck, right? So the various contractors that they have. Now, HOCOA is the same in every location that you go to. You're going to receive the same customer service. But are you going to have the exact same type of contractors? No. Why is that? Because HOCOA Salt Lake City needs to have a different setup of contractors than HOCOA Oklahoma City, than HOCOA Charlotte, than HOCOA San Diego, than HOCOA Denver, right? So they're each in different various locations. And all of those are all going to have different contractors than HOCOA Atlanta. See where I'm going with this? They've been around since 1993. They know what they're doing in operating in these various markets. 5-paragraph business plan is allowing them to get stood up insanely quicker than they've ever been stood up in various markets before. We are effectively putting a rocket up their operation. How's that sound? If we do our job right, just might kill you. All right? So we are here to accelerate those expansions where you're already employing some sort of training. So what does HOCOA offer each one of you folks? HOCOA offers a training model. So you're going to understand what you're doing. This includes role play, which role play at first sounds really, really cheesy, but if you do it from a professional sense, it can make or break how you interact with these different contractors, homeowners. It can really help you out in polishing up and, I mean, frankly, knocking off some of the butterflies that come out of engaging with, albeit, just strangers, just folks you've never met before. So you're going to have training that's going to be in the operations side of things. And then you're also going to have the software, which the software is proprietary to HOCOA. So when somebody calls in, what they've got is their software lined up to where that homeowner and all of their list is all plugged into the software. And then that entire list itemized as far as what that homeowner needs to get done, or an individual job, or a bid, whatever the homeowner calls in to do. It doesn't need to be an entire list. It could just be, hey, I need somebody over here to change the light bulbs in the house. Okay, great. It's a single job. Who do we call? It's going to be the handyman. And then the handyman is going to be gone out there on a mission. All right. So what happens is we put all of this together, HOCOA does, we take what the homeowner is asking of HOCOA or of the contractors, put it into the software, and then it goes to the contractor, who then makes their way over to the homeowner's house. Okay, so it works lightning speed because it's a reactionary system. Homeowners are electing to take care of this item now. All right, so let's say, for instance, you want to do emergency water removal. Do they do 24/7? Yes, they do. So if you want to call HOCOA, or if you want to work with HOCOA, this is the other thing that you get as a leader. It is 24-hour USA-based, in the United States of America based 24/7 call center. All right, now why does this matter? First of all, if you're a homeowner and you call into HOCOA, you are going to get a human being at that HOCOA line 9 to 5, 98% of the time, let's say, for instance. There is a do not disturb function at each HOCOA unit based on whether or not their lines are clogged, right? So they might have 2 or 3 people that are answering the phone. They're themselves in the office working on that software, proprietary, and pushing contractors out to each one of those homeowner locations, or it's after work hours. Okay, so if it's after work hours, it goes to a USA-based call center that has all of the same variables that they ask at the individual local HOCOA unit. That call center goes through the local unit to make the contractor reaction occur. Okay, so even if it happens after hours, let's say it's a non-emergency, then when the HOCOA unit owner opens the doors at 0900, they are immediately going to see the priorities that took place overnight, and then they're going to be able to put contractors out the door bright and early. All right, that matters, especially to folks who, frankly, want to get stuff done. Now, if you have a 24/7 emergency, if you have a water removal emergency, which I myself suffered through 2 floods in a year in 2 separate houses in 2 separate states, and I was renting for both of them. So it was not exactly an ideal scenario. In that, I needed 24/7 water removal in order to immediately get the water out of the house. I came walking downstairs at the last house that I was renting and just stepped off into the basement wearing nothing but socks. And honestly, I went straight up to my knees in water. It was horrible. A matter of fact, the business that I'm sitting in right now, all of this stuff was down in the basement. And luckily, I put a lot of it up high, a lot of the work machines, all of that other stuff, right? Because I knew that in that type of environment, it was potential for flood. And luckily, I did that stuff. And luckily, we wound up getting emergency water removal out there, but it wasn't for another 12 hours. And that has nothing to do with the folks that we were renting from. It has everything to do with the fact that we didn't have HOCOA. We did not know about this service at that point in time. Had we known, we would have just called HOCOA immediately and gotten 2 or 3 contractors out there, which it required 2 or 3 contractors out there in order to do the emergency water removal, the carpet cleaning. Well, it was the carpet cleaning to see whether or not it was even salvageable, and then they wound up demolishing all of the carpet that was in there. Plus, you had the junk removal and the moving storage that was associated with it, and it was a bloody nightmare. I think that's the only way to put it. All right, so being a HOCOA unit owner, you get training, operations, software, 24/7 USA call center. You're working 9 to 5. Typically, it's a homebound location and then expands out to an office location. I like to highlight this. You're getting a support network. And then to wrap up our little bullet points here, you are getting 5-paragraph business plan. And we are part of their business in a box. All right, so when you sign on with HOCOA, you are getting our services as 5-paragraph business plan and 5-paragraph advisors. So we're going to help you put together that business plan, stand up that unit. We've already seen success in some of the units that I had mentioned earlier before. So if you're interested in being a HOCOA unit owner and you're interested in being your own boss, you're self-motivated, you're highly disciplined, you're looking to help out the other homeowners that are in your area, this is a locally offered service, a local business helping local contractors who are interested in HOCOA. Check it out. Check out the link. You're getting 3 times as many jobs, closing on twice as many jobs. You are ramping up your money by 30% on the average. That's good. Spend more time working, less time chasing leads. It is a tax-deductible referral advertising service. Homeowners, it is a simple membership. The majority of you out there are going to be able to secure free memberships. If you're interested in something along those lines, a free membership with HOCOA, check out the HOCOA.5paragraph.com. Just throw us a quick little one-liner note in there, and we'll definitely have a chat about it. If you are a homeowner who is seeking HOCOA, check out HOCOA.org, HOCOA.org. That's their main page. HOCOA.5paragraph.com to learn more about the home repair network, HOCOA, and a little history on HOCOA. They've been around since 1993. Their founder, Craig Madden's a reputable businessman who's been around the block. He himself not serving a day in uniform. And I share that specifically because one of my goals was to be able to go out and prove to a business person who had been through the gauntlet and succeeded. I'm going to be able to go out and prove that that which we take with us in leaving military service is viable, not just as an employee, But as business leaders going out there into the environment, a lot of us are told STEM degrees are the path to the future, all of this other stuff. I honestly believe a lot of that is hogwash. You've seen it time and time again. You know, if I was to kind of go back through the pathway over again, I would have done 2 years at a community college, look, listen, feel, pursued a university route after that. There are a lot of different things that you can do leaving the military that stair step you to where you want to be or where you thought you were going to be, because where I started in school is entirely different from where I left. And that's saying something, because the journey, the evolution in coming out of the military can be it can be very, very difficult, to say the least. For a lot of us who are seeking to be a part of something greater than ourselves while operating our own, our own thing, doing our own work, franchising, licensing opportunities, a great fit. I honestly couldn't think of a better fit for military veterans as a whole. Operating a self-ran location to the betterment of your community in a local area serves or provides a purpose to serve. And right here, HOCOA provides a purpose to serve. It honestly does. You're interacting with homeowners that are in your local community who need your service. You're interacting with other contractors. And from a veteran perspective, I personally get along great with contractors because I know what it's like working outside all day long, up, whether it's up on a roof or out digging ditches or whatever the case may be. I definitely understand what it's like being outside working skilled labor. It can be a really, really difficult task. And I feel like a lot of folks out there are underappreciated, especially the ones that are maintaining accountability. And you've heard me say this before, and I want to say it in closing. Accountability matters. Accountability matters. The reason why we're not seeing the large growth in skilled labor is because we're trying to handle it like a manager, and you can't. You need to lead your way out of it. Accountability matters, and it goes both ways. Because if your team sees what's happening and they see that there might be a faltered step that's coming up in the future, they can help you negotiate or navigate that pathway ahead. Everybody needs to be an observer in your business. Everybody needs to feel valued. Everybody's voice needs to be heard in the debrief. And each one of those debrief points need to be talked to, and actions need to be taken on them if they are valid. And I've shown you guys before in other, business-related 5-paragraph go lives and what have you. I've shown you before how we do this. And I'm putting all of these, by the way, I'm archiving them at 5paragraph.com. I'm releasing the blog series as it goes out and as we're doing these lives. And I've shown you, it was actually on the last video, how the intelligence after the action, immediately after the action, you gather the debrief, and you debrief with everybody who is an observer within your overall organization, and then all of that intelligence goes back up. So if you're not familiar, it was the very last video that I did on here. I just really hope that you guys are listening, sharing, paying attention. Get these videos out there. Share, share, share. And if you haven't already done so, get the 5-paragraph business plan. Everybody on your team needs this. This is a business management tool for the leaders. If you're like me and you want to spend more time out of the office leading your teams in the field, if you want to be with the team in the field, the way that I was a patrol leader in the United States Marine Corps, this is how you do it. This is a simple, effective, easy to understand tool that you can use for daily operations. HOCOA, a civilian-led organization, is currently using it to expand all across the United States and, dare I say it, the globe. So be a part of something greater than yourself while carrying your own guidon and being your own business leader. Continue to be part of the conversation at 5paragraph.com. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Honestly, you folks are amazing. If you're interested in the HOCOA opportunity, Follow us at hashtag HOCOA5P to find other videos. And then check out HOCOA.5paragraph.com. You'll see me doing more of these videos. Take care. Be well. We'll see you next time.